Mr. Speaker, government is determined to make our country the place where hard work pays good dividends. We've made substantial investments in the agriculture sector. For example, because we recognize this is where a substantial number of our people make a living. The successes of the program for Planting for Food and Jobs have transformed the lives of many farmers around the country. I'm glad to announce that the Tono irrigation dam has been fully rehabilitated and is back to life and is serving the needs of many farmers in the areas around them. The result of significant investment by my government in the Ghana Commercial Agriculture Project has resulted in the availability of a total of 13,190 hectares of additional irrigable land through the rehabilitation of Tono, Pong Left Bank, and Pong irrigation schemes for rice and vegetable cultivation. Immediate benefits arising from the scheme include improved rice yields, increasing from 4.5 tons per hectare to 5.5 tons per hectare, leading to increased production and growth in farm incomes. This has benefited some 14,264 smallholder beneficiaries directly, creating some 40,000 jobs along several value chain activities generated from the irrigation schemes. In particular, at the Pond Left Bank Irrigation Project, government through the Ministry of Food and Agriculture has recently engaged 9 large-scale investors in addition to smallholder farmers in the Pond Left Irrigation Project, who will be producing rice, maize, and vegetables on 1,300 hectares, using modern production technologies to achieve improved productivity and production within the next 3 months. Government has also invested in the vegetable sector through the Ghana Peri-Urban Vegetable Value Chain Project. We provided irrigation infrastructure covering a total of 541 hectares, which directly impacts vegetable farmers in the greater Accra region. In addition to these farmers, we've also provided inputs and technical support to vegetable farmers at Higbo in the Volta region and Asokwa in the Ashanti region. The project has provided off-taker arrangements for both domestic and international markets. The construction of 80 warehouses with a combined storage capacity of 80,000 metric tons has been completed, and their entry into the food production chain is offering better protection to the harvest of farmers. There is no doubt that for the vigorous interventions we have made in agriculture in the past 5 years, which have made us more self-reliant in our food needs, our country would have been at much greater risk as the fallout from the dramatic worldwide increases in freight charges hit prices in our markets and on our supermarket shelves. Mr. Speaker, the cocoa industry has marked a lot of interesting and far-reaching achievements this past year, including producing 1,047,385 tons, the highest ever recorded in Ghana's history. Together with our counterparts in Côte d'Ivoire, we have addressed the inequalities in the international marketing system of cocoa by paying a living income differential of 500 United States dollars per ton of cocoa to our farmers. This is a remarkable initiative that cushions the income of the Ghanaian cocoa farmer, the backbone of our economy. I want to draw attention to one other innovation in the industry that appears to be a small item. A non-adjustable electronic weighing scale has been introduced for the purchase of cocoa from our cocoa farmers. This scale, which was introduced at the start of the cocoa season in October, has been approved by the Ghana Standards Authority. It cannot be tampered with by purchasers. Not many people outside the cocoa industry will realize the significance of the introduction of this little bit of technology. But it brings to an end one of the main sources of distrust between cocoa farmers and officialdom. The age-old belief and suspicion that cocoa farmers are being cheated by tampering with the weighing machines has come to an end. The same use of technology to attract more young people into agriculture is continuing with the training of 537 youth in the production of high-value vegetables using greenhouse technology. 190 of them have been on an 11-month internship in Israel, and they are back with a lot of enthusiasm. We are expecting great things from them. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, we're expecting greater things from the greater use of technology and the digitalization of our economy as a whole. I'm happy to report that the National Identification Card, the Ghana card, has finally been integrated into our everyday lives as a cradle-to-grave necessity. Never again will it be that someone born in this country will live a full life, die and be buried without any record of his or her existence. The operations of the birth and death registry are finally being digitized to make sure the documents issued from that department are accorded the respect they should have. Every child born in this country will be registered, and the date of birth registered will remain your date of birth throughout your life. Mr. Speaker, there will be no school age, no football age, no SNIT age, and no official age. When we register for national health insurance, the details of our identification will be the same as the details on a driving license, a passport, and yes, on our tax identification number. Today, we all have addresses at which we can be identified, even if we live, unfortunately for the time being, in a chaos. And when we die, that inevitable rite of passage will be recorded to mark the end of our life. Mr. Speaker, it is not enough that the state collects all this information. It is critical that every citizen is able to benefit from the digitization process. The benefits range from being able to give directions to our addresses for deliveries and being able to gain access to government services without having to go to the ministries. The Rural Telephony Project, being undertaken by GIFEC, is working to fill the void created by the telephone operators' inability or unwillingness to extend their services to areas they deem uneconomical to operate. It is important to extend basic telephone, voice, and data connectivity to every part of the country so we leave no one behind.